It is said that 4 years after the fall of Fire Lord Ozai, the world entered a peace unlike anything the four nations had known. Some chronicles claim that Avatar Aang and Fire Lord Zuko ruled as brothers rather than allies. Others remember that Toph returned to Ba Sing Se, that Zuko married Mai, that Aang took Katara as his wife, and that Sokka rose as a leader among the Southern Water Tribe. Across nations once divided by fire and blood, justice was said to be common, and hunger rare. Even peasants prospered. Soldiers no longer stood above citizens but among them. Elders would later remark that not even in Avatar Roku's time had harmony settled so deeply. Yet peace, as history often teaches, does not always announce its ending. Some say in the outskirts of Ba Sing Se, there lived a young peasant couple who survived by farming and selling cabbages. The wife was heavily pregnant. It is remembered that on an otherwise ordinary day, the sky fractured. Accounts differ on how many meteorites fell. What remains consistent is the terror, the earth convulsing, homes shattering, and people running without knowing where safety lay. One meteorite nearly struck the pregnant woman, but her husband pulled her clear. At Iroh's tea shop, witnesses recall the old general vibrating on the ground as he uttered, "What is this?" From the Fire Nation palace, Zuko saw smoke darken the horizon. Some say he thought he was dreaming until the arguments between Aang and Katara brought clarity. It is remembered that Aang insisted he must leave to consult his old guru, believing the disturbance tied to his duty as Avatar. Katara resisted, fearing the unknown. Zuko reluctantly agreed with Aang, for the sake of the world. While Aang was gone, the whole Team Avatar gathered together. Some sources note that what followed, according to Aang's own retelling, troubled him deeply. The guru spoke not of good or evil, but of imbalance, of celestial and terrestrial energies blurred together. He likened the universe to an ocean, and souls, trees, mountains, etc. he likened as mere drops within this ocean. Yet, he claimed, someone had learned to move through the ocean as though it were his own. Legend has it that the only reasonable condition the guru gave in order to attain that feat was a firebender remaining in darkness for 1,400 days without seeing the moon. When Aang returned and relayed this to the team, silence followed, heavy, unbroken. Sokka attempted humor by asking what the technique should be called, but no one laughed. Some sources posit that Aang later admitted that even in the Avatar state, drawing upon all past avatars, he could not lift a single meteorite. He confessed that despair nearly overtook him. The guru had offered no strategy, only a paradox, that victory would require the ocean itself becomes a single drop, the absolute cosmic energy becoming earth. Even the guru attests that it is absurd. Many witnesses argue that this new avatar does not belong to the past avatar cycles at all, but is of an entirely different order. Aang reportedly left the guru with more confusion than clarity. Investigations followed. Maps were studied. Scrolls were searched. Meteor fragments were analyzed. Eventually, Iroh spoke the name no one wished to hear. Fire Lord Ozai. Panic followed swiftly. Meteorites fell again. The team defended civilians as best they could. Aang, even in the Avatar state, was nearly crushed. Afterward, witnesses recall him sitting on the ground, unmoving, saying only that even as Avatar, he felt like wax before the sun. Soon after, Ozai's prison cell was found empty. Guards lay dead. Azula had vanished as well, leaving only a message written in blood. "I'm coming for you, Zuzu." Iroh later explained that Ozai had learned to bend not fire, but cosmic energy itself, drawing power from prolonged darkness. This bending, he said, was unlike any known art. Its source was not a creature or element, but absence itself. How Iroh knew this, he refused to say. Witnesses claim that on that same night in Ba Sing Se, the pregnant peasant woman went into labor. Those present testified that a star appeared in the sky at the moment of the child's birth, brighter than any recorded. The guru reportedly perceived it while meditating and appeared to Aang in vision, declaring that the absolute cosmic energy had entered the earth, that the ocean has become a little drop. Aang was told only this: follow the star. The team traced it through scrolls and astronomy. On arriving Earth Kingdom, King Bumi's sages aided them. The path led not to a palace nor a battlefield, but to a humble home filled with cabbages. Inside was a baby. Witnesses swear that when Aang saw the child, he entered the Avatar state and fell to his knees, bowing, not as a protector, but as one who recognized something beyond himself. One by one, the others followed suit. Later, none could fully explain what they felt. Toph spoke of 1,000,000 suns, Katara of oceans contained in flesh. Sokka confessed he felt nothing at all. Not long after, Aang entered a realm that appeared like a state of cosmic consciousness, yet was not exactly so. It was a trance-like spiritual domain, unlike the Avatar state, resembling a battleground beyond the physical world. There, Aang encountered Fire Lord Ozai. Ozai declared Aang's doom and hurled immense cosmic energy toward him. Aang deflected it, charged forward, and struck Ozai's chest with a precise martial technique. Instantly, Ozai vanished from the realm. In the physical world, Ozai was found bleeding severely, his mind shattered. The team located him physically and returned him to prison, where his body survived, but his sanity did not, as many sources claim. Harmony returned. Fear of falling stars faded. At Iroh's tea shop, Sokka finally named the phenomenon, mind-bending. Iroh corrected him gently. The power, he said, could not be learned, only given. Any who attempted to command the universe would lose their minds. The baby, Iroh explained, was not the cosmic energy itself, as the guru said. Rather, the little baby was beyond the universe. He is the source of the universe. And some truths, the White Lotus believed, were not meant to be spoken plainly. Finally, some accounts hold that Zuko asked, "So, what about Azula?" But Iroh would respond, "What about Azula? Let us enjoy our tea for now." In later years, scholars would argue endlessly over what truly ended Fire Lord Ozai, whether it was a technique, a judgment, or something far older than bending itself. Records disagree. Testimonies fracture. Some insist the Avatar prevailed by skill alone. Others maintain that no force was used at all, only presence. What can be said with certainty is this: after that night, the stars fell no more. Ozai never spoke coherently again, and the child in the Earth Kingdom grew in silence, guarded not by armies, but by obscurity. And so the White Lotus would later record only this: that the world was not saved by the Avatar that mastered the elements, but by one whom even the Avatar bowed before, and whose power was known not by what he did, but by what no longer needed to be done.